Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Legends Reborn. A very special episode for two reasons. Firstly, because I'm doing Pelé and Maradona together, so that should be really interesting. And secondly, it's the World Cup tomorrow. It's starting tomorrow in Brazil. And I thought I'd do a World Cup special Legends Reborn in terms of picking the two greatest ever World Cup players. I suppose you can't really argue with that. Well, you could, but I think Pelé and Maradona, by general consensus, are the two greatest World Cup players, possibly the two greatest ever footballers. Some people would argue Ronaldo and Messi. But generally, over history, those two have been recognised as the two greatest footballers. So, Pelé and Maradona, here we go. I've created them on Football Manager 2014. For those of you that don't know my Legends Reborn series, I create legends on the game and I holiday through and see how they get on. I start them at the clubs that they started in real life. So Pelé started at Santos. In fact, he finished his career there, apart from playing in the North American leagues with Bobby Moore and other legends in the 70s. But basically played the majority, or all of his main career at Santos. So of course, as a 16-year-old, this is actually amazing attributes. Some of you may be asking, why haven't you put 20 for all of these? I have, not for every attribute, but I've given him high attributes on the things that should be high, and he has the potential to reach those. So finishing, I have put 20. Composure is a lot higher, and certain things are a lot higher, and he will get there, or maybe not, depending on who plays him, where he goes, how he's trained up. But he's already worth 6.5 million as a 16-year-old, and in fact, he's already played because the Brazilian league starts early, and he scored 24 goals in 35 games so far. There's still a bit of this season to go for Santos in the first division, where they are currently third. Moving on to Maradona, he's only got a youth contract at the moment, but he's at Argentinos Juniors, where he started his career before moving on to teams like Napoli in Europe. So yeah, he's played one game so far, but they haven't really played yet. So what I will do is I will holiday through to the age of 21 and see where they are and how they've got on so far in their careers. So here we are at the age of 21. They are both at Real Madrid, which is perfect really, because it means we can properly compare them and be interested to see the comparison of their careers, their international careers, but also their club careers, because they're at the same team. So that's ideal really. You may notice that their height, for those of you that know the real height of these, happen to know the real height of these players, is actually taller than in real life, because I selected their real height at the age of 16, and they've grown a bit, because obviously humans grow after the age of 16 still, and maybe their weight's a bit different as well, I'm not sure about that. But value-wise, Pelé's worth £3 million more worth than Maradona. He's worth 60 million already at this stage in his career. He has managed to score 32 goals in 47 games for Brazil. That is crazy. Earning 275k a week at Real Madrid. He's owned partly by an agent, as these South American players are. He had an amazing first season with Santos, 40 goals in 64 games, then 49 goals in 64 games, then 27 goals in 38 games before moving to Real Madrid for 19.25 million, which seems like a bargain really, looking at his attributes, and managed to score 30 goals in his first season, 25 the next season, and last season 47 goals in 61 appearances in all competitions, 8.07 average rating. His attributes have gone up, as you can see. He's an absolute machine now. And achievements wise, he has won the league 3 times and the Spanish Super Cup once. They haven't won the Champions League yet. Nothing with Brazil either. He made his debut at about the age of 17, like in real life. But no World Cup thus far. Been awarded numerous personal and team awards. We'll go on to Golden Ball and that sort of thing after we've looked at Maradona, who of course is at Real Madrid. Also is on 205k a week, 4 goals in 23 games for Argentina, making his debut at the age of, let's have a look quickly, made his debut in 2015, so a bit later than Pelé, who made his debut in 2013-14. Plays a variety of positions as well, as you can see, in attacking midfield, whereas Pelé plays up front. But he actually moved to AC Milan for 2.7 million after 2 very good seasons with Argentinos. Didn't win the league with them though, but moved to AC Milan, 2.7 million, really cheap. But then had a very good season in his second season with them, 7.83 average rating, before moving to Real Madrid for £25 million. 7.82 average rating in the league, 15 goals, 13 assists, all competitions. And last season, 19 goals and 18 assists. Very good average rating as well. And he's managed to win the league twice, as he wasn't there in the first season that Real Madrid won it, and the Italian Cup in 2015. But as you can see, Real Madrid have dominated. They've won the league every single season since the start of the game. So 5 seasons in a row, Pelé with 3 of those, Maradona with 1 of those. So they've moved to the right team, they're winning things, and hopefully can win the Champions League, but we'll see. He's also won numerous awards, but hasn't managed to win anything. They haven't won the World Cup as yet, but certainly have a good chance of winning the Champions League. I reckon they've won. They finished second in the Olympic Games. But moving on to World Player of the Year and that sort of thing, and World Golden Ball, they sort of go hand in hand on Football Manager. Lionel Messi has dominated, as you can see, but Maradona, second in 2016 and third in 2017. Pelé nowhere to be seen. And here, World Player of the Year, Maradona actually won it in 2016 ahead of Messi. And Pelé once again not on there. Maradona finishing second last year as well. So that's really impressive. And it's good to see. Maradona, I think his average rating slightly higher, and that's why. It's all about average ratings on this game. You could score 50 goals and have a lower average rating and still not win World Player of the Year. Team of the Year, I think Pelé features a bit more. Well, he did last season anyway. So 2014, Pelé was on the bench. In fact, he may have been on the bench. No, he wasn't in 2013. On the bench in 2014. 2015, he was also on the bench. 2016, Maradona was in the first team. Pelé nowhere to be seen that season. And then last season, Pelé and Maradona are in the team together. So that's good to see. So I will holiday it again, and we will see if they've won a World Cup or the Champions League and that sort of thing, and see their progression. So here we go, at the age of 26, they're still both at Real Madrid, both worth 60 million each. That's quite impressive that they're both worth exactly the same. As you can see, last season, Maradona had the best average rating. Pelé scored the most goals internationally. Pelé, 102 caps and 78 goals by the age of 26. It's very, very good. And Maradona, 77 caps and 25 goals. At the rate they're going, Pelé could reach 200, but they generally do retire a bit earlier. We've seen in these Legends Reborn series so far. So Pelé, up to 19 on finishing now, his attributes have still grown and increased and been brilliant in general. So let's have a look at the recent seasons since 2018-19. Very good average rating, 37 goals, 27 goals, 38 goals, 43 goals, 31 goals. Not so good last season, but generally has been pretty incredible. We'll just have a quick look to see where they are playing him. I assume they're playing him up front. Yes, mainly up front. 11 games in attacking midfield, in fact, but he's better up front. Achievements wise, Real Madrid have gone on to win more things. He's won the Olympic Games with Brazil under 23s, but still no Champions League, still no World Cup. Real Madrid have dominated, apart from one season, 2020, when Barca won it. They really have been dominant. And Spanish Cup, they've won once, but Athletic Bilbao have been dominant in that competition. Maradona, doing very well for Argentina. In fact, I believe they have won the World Cup. We'll look in a minute. At the last 5 seasons, he's done very well. Played 56 games that season. That's a lot of games. But 15 goals, 15 assists, good average rating. 20 goals, 20 assists, even better. And then 16 goals and 16 assists. That's very symmetrical there. 15-10, ruined the symmetry. And last season, 14 goals and 14 assists. But an amazing average rating, despite not scoring as many goals or assists. go to achievements quickly. And as you can see, Argentina won the World Cup in 2018, Copa America in 2019 as well. But World Cup wise, France won it in 2014, then it was Argentina, and then it was Spain who beat Italy in the final. As you can see, Argentina beat England 3-2 in extra time. I can't see the game, unfortunately, because it's too far ago. But Messi and Maradona in the same team would have been unstoppable, I presume. Lamella's also incredible in this game, as are Higuain, Sergio Aguero. That team's just stupidly good. So you'd expect them to win something with that attacking threat. They're only 6th in the world at the moment, in fact. Maradona and Lamella are the top 2 players. They've also got Campos, of course, and Lucas Romero is a brilliant player. Maradona's attributes have increased. He's got 20 on dribbling and 20 on composure, and it just looks amazing. Just wow. Moving on to Golden Balls. Lionel Messi did dominate until Pelé won it in 2020, which is good to see. And then Maradona won it the following year in 2021. Pelé finished 3rd, and last season none of them featured. Paul Pogba actually got 3rd place, and Isco got 2nd, and rather impressive looking Regen won the Golden Ball. Moving on to World Player of the Year. That's a similar pattern really, with Maradona finished 2nd there, but Pelé won it 2020 and Maradona in 2021. They've also featured in World Team of the Year, Maradona and Pelé there. And once again, Maradona, Pelé. And we saw, once again, a lot of Real Madrid players as well. Then Pelé didn't feature in 2021, Maradona did though. And 2020, Pelé featured, but Maradona didn't. So a holiday again, till they're the age of 31. So at the age of 31, they're still both at Real Madrid. Maradona is actually worth £1 million more than Pelé nowadays. But contract-wise, I believe Pelé's still earning a lot more. Yep, he is. Almost double, in fact. That's the selection info for you, just to compare the last 2 seasons anyway. But internationally, Pelé is on 162 caps and 132 goals. We've created a monster. 37 goals in 128 games for Maradona. So let's just check out Pelé. Some attributes have declined slightly since reaching his 30s, but others have improved. Those mental attributes are quite impressive. Never managed to get 20 on finishing, despite the fact I did select 20, but never quite was trained up effectively enough to reach 20. Down to 17 now, but still scoring plenty of goals, as you will see. 41 goals in 56 games that season, 8.19 average rating overall, then 25 goals, 42 goals, 18 assists as well, 38 goals, and last season 28 goals, 6 assists. Very impressive. Still hasn't won the World Cup, and Real Madrid haven't won anything for 2 seasons. They won the Euro Cup in 2026, but still no Champions League. But look at the winners of the Champions League. Every season it's been an English team, apart from, we had AC Milan, PSG, Benfica, then Barcelona. But since then, every single season, apart from Benfica in 2020, has been won by an English team. Man City have won 4 times, as have Man United. Chelsea have won a couple of times. And even the runners-up have been English teams. It's just crazy, it really is. And here's Messi, still looking amazing. His pace and acceleration have gone down, similar to Pelé, in fact. But his mental attributes, he's got 520s there. That's very special indeed. So last few seasons for Maradona, he's once again been very impressive average rating wise, and scored lots of goals and assists that season, and not so many that season, but still impressive season. 20 goals, 20 assists, 17 goals, 16 assists, and 13 goals and 16 assists. 18 man of the matches in the last season as well. A very good average rating of 8.20 overall. And achievements wise, no more World Cups for Argentina, and once again obviously the same achievements as Pelé for Real Madrid. The Golden Ball has been dominated by Maradona though. Obviously they'd won 1 each by 2021, but since then Maradona's won 4, with Pelé finishing 2nd, 3rd, not even second there when Maradona didn't even feature, then finishing third and second. So he's been second and third best to Pelé all throughout the last few seasons. Maradona's average ratings have been incredible. Doesn't mean he's the better player, I don't know, in terms of attributes. They're similar, I guess, but Pelé's just so lethal goals-wise, but Maradona just gets very good average ratings. It'll be interesting to see what one actually lasts longer, though. It's a similar story of the World Player of the Year. He's won 3, but that's still very impressive. And Pelé finishing third and second last season, but not so good for Pelé in World Player of the Year. Team of the Year, we saw Pelé and Maradona. Pelé Maradona, Pelé Maradona, Pelé Maradona, and Pelé Maradona. And if you add them all together, Pelé and Maradona are in that team as well. And Pelé's played 697 games and 480 goals. Maradona 555 games, 191 goals. Really, really impressive. 7.95 average rating for Maradona. 7.93, only 0.02 behind. And he's still not, in terms of personal awards, he's not being quite as good. Messi, 8.08. He's on that overall list now, but has he retired? Yeah, he has. He's an assistant manager. So once again, we will holiday it. Maybe they will retire, maybe not, but we'll holiday until they're 34 to see how they're getting on. So at the age of 34, Pelé has reached the 200 cap mark, 158 goals. He hasn't retired either. Maradona, 46 goals in 160 games, also hasn't retired from international football. So Pelé, still looking amazing. Amazing mental attributes, very good technical and still decent physical attributes. Worth 5.75 million, 245k a week. And yeah, has continued to impress with 30 goals and 22 goals in the last few seasons. But the biggest achievement is he's finally won the World Cup. The age of 33 in 2030, Brazil beat Sweden just like in 1958. Crazy, eh? But interestingly, Ghana won the 2026 World Cup. And they actually beat Tunisia in the final. 2 African teams get into the final. That is brilliant. That's just great for African football. And really interesting to see on the game. Pelé did in fact score the 2 goals. But Real Madrid still haven't won anything since 2026. La Liga has been dominated by Atletico Madrid, who've won the last 4. But look at that, Almeria in 3rd, Barcelona down in 10th. What's up with this game? Ghana won the World Cup and Barcelona have finished 10th in the top division of Spain. That's just... what? I guess you go through cycles, and it is 2031, and who knows what the world's going to be like in 2031. Hopefully Football Manager will still exist. But Maradona has still very impressive mental attributes. Hasn't won anything with Real Madrid, of course, because neither has Pelé. Be interesting to see if the 2 players decide to stick it out with Real Madrid until the end of their careers. But he's been very good, and average rating-wise has still been impressive with over 7.8 every single season. In fact, his average over his career is 7.90. So I will holiday it again until they retire, basically, and then see what age they retired at and how they did, and if they still played any more games internationally. So here we go, they have both retired. Pelé lasted a couple more seasons than Maradona in the end. Internationally, a few more caps for both of them, 165 goals in 207 games in the end for Pelé, 46 goals in 168 games for Maradona. Pelé's only just retired, and if we look at his history, he actually moved to Chelsea for the end of his career, after moving on a free, after ending very well for Real Madrid, but no more competition victories unfortunately, but moved to Chelsea and played very well. Actually was in Team of the Year that season where he scored 24 goals, 22 goals that season at the age of about 37, 38, and didn't play this season, but if we look at competitions, he actually won 3 Premier League titles in a row, which is brilliant to see. He won the Copa America with Brazil as well. But Chelsea have dominated since he's moved, and they did win the Champions League this season. The one season that the team he was at actually won it, but he didn't play any games. Maradona and Pelé both didn't win the Champions League, which is really strange to see. Real Madrid just struggled in that competition, despite their dominance in the league early on. Plenty of personal awards being named in the Premier League Team of the Year a couple of times, I think, and appointed Chelsea captain towards the end of his career. Obviously he was Brazil captain for quite a while. But we'll look at the World Player of the Year one last time, once we've had a quick look at Maradona, to see how he did right at the end of his career. He's now a manager, hasn't found a club. But his career starts, he ended in 2034 in the end at Real Madrid. Did stay in the end, but no more competition victories for him, unfortunately. A few personal awards and team awards. Argentina Best 11 in 2032 still. Shortlisted for the 2031 Golden Ball. So if we go back to about 2029, Pelé did actually win it one more time, 2030, and finished third. And he had a better end to his career, finishing third again, despite being the age of 37. And then didn't feature for the last two, but 37 to finish third is just crazy. He also won World Player of the Year one last time, 2030, so he won it twice, and Maradona won it 6 times. He did very well with the personal awards, but Pelé had a better end to his career, better goals, but you'd expect that from the position he played, better international career. But it's up to you to decide who did better overall. Maybe you can comment in the comment section below who you think did better. But I think that's a tough question. In terms of personal awards, obviously Maradona was best. And Team of the Year, overall, we'll just have a quick look. Maradona's in it, but Pelé isn't, which is interesting to see. Oh no, he is. Pelé in midfield, that's really odd. 985 games and 640 goals, wow. Didn't reach 1,000 like he allegedly did in real life. Maradona with 217 goals in 646 games. Pelé's average rating did drop a bit because of the end of his career. Someone just asked me when you're doing another video. I am now. But that's about it really. I will have a look just at the biography, so you can pause and read that if you like. But that really is the end of this video. Pelé finishing with amazing mental attributes. So that's his biography. You can pause that to read that and see how he did in his career. And likewise with Maradona, you can pause that. But we're about done. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Any thoughts you have about the video, put them in the comment section below. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you've got any suggestions for future videos, maybe comparing two players like I did here, or maybe three players that are sort of very similar or always compared in real life, then I'll do that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, I guess, and I hope you enjoy the 2014 World Cup. See you guys.